Hi, this is a video explaining some of the parts of the plot triangle, especially for those students who don't remember it from previous English classes, and some of my freshmen might fit into that group. So here is what that plot diagram looks like. It's basically a way of organizing the story so we can kind of visually understand where the pieces of the story are, and we'll try to take the stories that we read and figure out what's happening, sort of understand and deconstruct in a way this particular story. So we have a beginning, and then we have a middle, and we have an end for most stories that are sort of traditional. And we also call the items that go along in the story that lead up to the middle the rising action, and then we have the items, scenes maybe, that come down from the middle, the falling action. We often talk about what is the climax, and I like to think about the climax as sort of the turning point for our main character. So you might think of this as when there's a moment that the character, the main character, our protagonist, has to decide, has to make a decision. And whatever that person decides is going to sort of show us how it ends. So either it may end up in success for our main character, and then we have a happy ending, or it may not end in success. Maybe the main character has made a poor decision, and then we have an unhappy ending or a tragedy. And other terms that you should also be aware of is the end is sometimes called the denouement, and you can say it, denouement. It's a word that comes from French. And sometimes we look at this as the sort of the wrapping up of all of the loose ends, like what's going to happen to all the different pieces. And sometimes, the people will make this plot diagram reflect the pace of the story. So you can actually have like a more stretched out triangle, and you can have more stretched out beginnings and ends. And I actually forgot one. Another part of the start is the exposition. And the exposition is simply the information that we need to sort of get us established in the story. So the setting, the time period, who the main characters are, sort of getting us grounded into the beginning of the story. So take a look at this. Make sure that you take some notes about the different parts of the plot diagram, thinking about key terms, knowing what protagonist means, knowing what exposition means, and knowing sort of where that all flows together in the story, and thinking about analyzing stories using these kinds of techniques. Of course, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask me, and of course you can always rewatch. Thanks!